Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV. As always, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking your time out to watch the videos and interacting with the videos as well. Right. So in this one, I'm going to be sharing with you update on the match between the Trinbago Knight Riders and the Barbados Royals. There were some brilliant performances by Akil Hussein, Kyran Pollard, and Andre Russell. So I'm going to be sharing the details of the match with you, the scores, and then also telling you what this means for the playoff picture in the CPL, right? As you know, the CPL is coming down to the wire now. Only a few matches remaining in the regular season before the playoff starts. So going to be telling you what the results of this match, means for the playoff picture and a few other things, right? So just stick around to the end of the video, while we discuss these things. But as usual, before I do that, just going to give you a few seconds to hit the like button, if you have not done so as yet, and subscribe to the channel if you're new or you have not subscribed as yet. So just a few seconds, pause. All right, you've done so. All right, let's get into the details now. So the matchup last night was between the Trinbago Knight Riders and the Barbados Royals. Now, coming into this match, right, both teams were tied on 10 points. With I think it was the Royals that were in fourth and the Knight Riders in third. But the Knight Riders, coming into the match, they have 2 matches remaining compared to the Royals, which this was their last match, right? So the Royals needed to win this match to give themselves any chance of finishing in the top 2, even though unlikely. But yeah, they needed to win, right? But so the Trinbago Knight Riders batted first in this one, and they posted a total of 175 for 7 of their 20 overs. Leading the way for them with the bat was Kyran Pollard. He made 42 of 27. And Andre Superman Russell, he made a quick fire 31 of just 12 balls. Him and Pollard put on a decent partnership there in the middle. And Nicholas Puran also contributed, batting at number 3. He made 27 from 15. And Casey Carty, he made 32 from 34 balls. So a bit slow, but like I always say, sometimes in T20, runs are more important than how fast you score. And having the big hitters around him, the Purans, the Russell, the Pollard, Carty, his innings was valuable as well, kind of keeping the innings together while the big hitters do their thing, right? So they were the main contributors with the bat for the Knight Riders in their total of 175 for 7, of their 20 overs. Bowling for the Royals, we see where Tikshana, again, the Sri Lankan, he continues to take wickets in the CPL. He's been having a brilliant season so far. His first CPL, he took 3 for 35 from his 4 overs. Naveem Ul Haq, the Afghanistan pacer, he's also had a decent season. He also took 3 for 35 from his 4 overs. And Jason Hola took 1 for 31 from his 4 overs. And they were the wicket takers for the Royals, in their bowling effort to restrict Trinidad to 175 for 7. The Royals, in reply, though, they were restricted to 145 for 9 of their 20 overs, on the back of some brilliant bowling by Akil Hussein and Chris Jordan, right? So I'll give you the Royals batting first, and then I'll talk about Akil Hussein and Chris Jordan's brilliant performance, but especially Akil Hussein, right? So Alec Athanaze, he scored 44 of 33 to lead the scorers for the Royals. Then you have David Miller getting 30 from 15. Robman Powell, he made 18 from 21. So Robman Powell his season so far in the CPL has not been up to the standard that we expect of him. Another poor batting performance. And Kevin Wickham, he got 23 from 23. Right. So as you can tell, by the scores and the scoring rate, how fast the runs were scored. The Royals batsmen struggled to get going in this one. Their leading run scorer, Quinton de Kock, and the leading run scorer in the tournament, he failed in this one. He was only able to get 8 from 8. And and that's kind of how the batting innings went for the Royals. Bowling for the Knight Riders, like I mentioned earlier, Akil Hussein, he bowled a brilliant spell. He bowled 4 overs and took 3 for a meagerly 15 runs, right? So 4 overs, 3 for 15 were the figures for Akil Hussein, and it was those figures that earned him the Player of the Match award. Brilliant bowling by Akil Hussein. He's been having a decent CPL as well. you know, and he's just showing his class, you know, and stamping his quality on this year's version of the CPL. You know, currently Akil Hossein is ranked second in the world among T20 bowlers in the international game. So you know, he's definitely showing that he's capable. Him being ranked that high, you know, he's definitely showing that, you know, he definitely deserves to be up there. You know, he took the first 3 wickets of the Royals batsman, including that important wicket of Quinton de Kock, right? So the top 3 of the Royals batting lineup, you know, who have been scoring runs for them, went to Akil Hossein. You know, so brilliant bowling by Akil Hossein. You know, he was supported by Chris Jordan, who took 3 for 33 from his 4 overs as well. And Terence Hines, he took 2 for 22 from 3 overs. And the leg spinner, the left arm spinner, Wakar Salamkeel, he took 1 for 33 from his 4 overs as well. And they were the wicket takers for the Knight Riders, you know, in restricting the Royals to 145 for 9. So with this victory now, that puts the Knight Riders on 12 points. You know, with 1 match remaining, you know, they have that big matchup against Guyana Amazon Warriors coming up, who are also on 12 points at the time of this recording. Guyana do have a match to play before they play that match against Trinidad, in which if they win that match against the St. Lucia Kings, it will put them on 14 points. And they would be tied on points with the Kings on 14 going into that match against Trinidad. But currently, you know, like I said, at the time of recording this video, Guyana are on 12 points. So too are the Trinbago Knight Riders. And the Barbados Royals, you know, they are stuck on 10 points. So they'll finish the regular season on 10 points, which means that they will finish in the 4th place position, and they will play the 3rd place finisher in the playoffs, right? At this point, you know, it could be either of the Kings, the Knight Riders, or the Amazon Warriors, depending on how the remaining matches go, right? So if the Amazon Warriors win, beat the Kings, and then the Knight Riders beat the Amazon Warriors, then all 3 of those teams will be on 14 points. Then it would come down to net run rate to decide the top 2 and which team will finish 3rd. So there's still a lot to play for in the CPL in the remaining matches in the regular season. You know, it has been, and even more so now, it is a battle for positioning. You know, which teams are going to get those top two spots and give themselves the best chance of making it to the final. You know, and which team will finish 3rd and have to play at least 2 matches to make it to the final. So there's still a lot to play for in the remaining matches of the CPL. But nevertheless, you know, a brilliant victory by the Knight Riders over the Royals. The Royals, you know, they've lost quite a few matches now. I think they of their 10 matches, they won 5 and lost 5, right? So they are definitely trending in the wrong direction, you know, in terms of their form. And going into the playoffs, you know, that does not do well for them, their confidence-wise, right? Losing that many matches in consecutively, you know, they will definitely need a confidence booster going into the playoffs, you know, in the match against whoever finishes 3rd, and if they want to vie for the championship this year, right? But you know, it will be interesting to see how the remainder of these matches go, and which teams will finish in the top 2 and which team will finish 3rd and play in the 3rd and 4th place match. But that's all I have for you in this video, viewers and subscribers. You know, definitely do remember to like the video. You know, share your thoughts in the comment section. You know, what do you think of the season so far? And which team do you think will get those top 2 positions and finish 3rd, right? And also subscribe. You know, can't say that enough. Subscribe to the channel, you know, so you can stay up to date, you know, on, you know, whenever videos are posted, you know, and you know, so you can stay up to date on that as well. So thank you again for tuning in. You know, share your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.